In 2023, Victoria's Secret commissioned 20 artists from around the globe to reimagine its iconic runway show. This is one of their stories.
I feel like the most difficult thing about storytelling is figuring out what story you care about enough to tell. Tell a story that stretches you and is bold. Like, it's so much easier to tell a safe story.
Hi, my name is Kochi. I'm a filmmaker, but I'm also here as your guide into the lives of some really interesting women in Lagos, Nigeria. Today, I'm here to explore the life of Eloghosa Osunde.
My name is Eloghosa Osunde. I am a writer and multidisciplinary maker. I make looks, I make paintings, I make whatever is makeable, anything that's interesting to me.
I'm very excited to be here. I'm here to see Eloghosa, and I'm just gonna see what she does here. I'm very distracted by these chickens. We are in the city of Abuja. Whatever she decides to do with us, we're going to do with her.
Yeah, come with me.
Hi. I've heard so much about what you've written, but I've never heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Has Naomi seen or heard it?
No, she hasn't seen it just yet, but I'm sending the demo to her right after. For this project, I am creating a monologue for Naomi. It is so lovely to finally meet you. This is a huge pleasure.
Did you sign this?
Yes, I did.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How are you feeling? You've had a long day of shooting.
I'm good. I always like when there's a change in creativity. I was really happy to be part of this because I could get to bring African continent and the country being Nigeria together with Victoria's Secrets, and that was very important for me.
Yeah. There's something about the way Nigeria is around me that makes me feel at home. Being Eloghosa in Nigeria feels powerful, it feels true, it feels creative. I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos is a force, it's an energy, it's a spirit. I think Lagos knows it's an authority, and you can feel that in the air. You can feel that in how people move. It feels like a whirlwind.
It's hectic, but it's peaceful at the same time. I love that. So I call it organized chaos.
Yeah. But Lagos was a bit overwhelming for me, even though it's a place I love very much.
So I run away from the chaos of Lagos, and I'm in the peacefulness and stillness of Abuja.
We are currently in Abuja. I've lived here for about 4 years now, and it's gorgeous. I feel like Abuja is concerned with beauty as a thing. There are hills everywhere, there's a lot of green, and it's quieter. It's something I needed.
It's very calm. You can hear the birds, and I guess that's why Eloghosa lives in a place like this. She does not like stress.
Also, the roads are wide, which is very important to me because I love driving. I love driving because it's a way for me to sort out my mind, a place where I get to curate music at the same time as think, pray at the same time as get some alone time. So it does so much for me, and when I think back to how long I've been doing this for, I can see how the trajectory of my life would actually be different if I didn't have driving. If I drive, I come out of the car feeling me. I wrote a novel called Vagabonds. Vagabonds is a book that's very interested in thinking about God, life, love, queerness, spirituality, and so all of those things come together. The Nigerian constitution as is refers to anyone who's queer or who gender bends as a vagabond. Like, that's actually written into the law. What has happened with the word vagabond since then is what had happened with the word queer, for instance. Queer used to be a slur. And then when you take that and say, okay, that's my name, then what? Storytelling for me so far, my blocks have not really been creative blocks. They have more been like mental blocks. Writing Vagabonds, for instance, I was very worried about how it would land. Like, I didn't know if I was bold enough to tell a story like that. That's the hardest part. It's not the writing. It's actually the courage. I was in a really bad place in 2018. I didn't really have a good relationship with life. And I remember feeling like I wanted out. Getting there was the thing that pushed me to just make the work I want to make. Because it's like if you're already at rock bottom, there isn't really anything to hide from. Making my work was my only thing that was tethering me to this place. When I started to do that, I started to feel more like myself. And the more the stories went out of me, the more I could see that people needed the stories I was writing, and people needed the stories that I felt were missing from the world. Do you still dance?
Actually, I'm just going back. It's really true that your body has a memory and it just goes.
It's a place where you can...
Freedom.
Yeah, you can be free.
Great freedom of expression.
Yeah, and you can forget what's heavy. Dance means a lot to me as well, and this moment just felt emotional because I'm glad that you reached back.
So how do you feel about working with Naomi Campbell?
I feel like when she's walking, it sounds like there's a voice in her head that's very strong and striking.
It was never planned or strategized. I truly didn't have time to think and digest when I was on to the next country, next job, running around the world doing my work. It just took a life of its own. But I always say, the clothes come first, not me.
This is the first time I'll be seeing her walking to something written as opposed to like a song outrightly. I was thinking quite a bit about what it's like to be a figure of power who also has an interior world that is not being shared with the world. So I wrote the monologue from that place. I'm really excited for you to see the monologue.
Can't wait.
When someone tells you you can only reach here, that's just what they've said, but it's a conversation. You know, I know what they say to us. I know what they say to women. I know what they say to queer people. But I've also learned that we can say something back. And that's how our lives expand beyond definitions that are stifling or too small. Yeah, I feel like the way the world defines women is constricting. With projects like this, I look forward to seeing how we can continue to expand what that word means. I like life more now that I'm doing what I'm here to do. I can never be that afraid again because it's come out. What I was scared of has come out and it's working and it's doing its work.
Well, you seem very bold.
Now I am.